American Ballet Theatre brings you The Sleeping Beauty with choreography after Marius Petipa.
The Sleeping Beauty is a classic fairy tale of good versus evil. We start in a kingdom far, far away at the christening party for the baby Princess Aurora. Everyone important in the kingdom has been invited to the celebration, including the Lilac Fairy and her 5 good fairy friends, each of whom gives a special gift to the princess. But before the Lilac Fairy can bestow her gift, the evil fairy Carbus appears. Carbus is angry because she wasn't invited. She too gives Aurora a gift, the gift of a curse. The princess will grow to be a beautiful young woman, but on her 16th birthday she will then prick her finger on a sewing spindle and die. The Lilac Fairy tries, but she cannot break the spell completely. She is able to change the spell so that rather than dying, the princess will fall asleep for 100 years, and can only be awakened by the kiss of a good and kind-hearted prince. 16 years later, the kingdom enthusiastically celebrates Aurora's 16th birthday, inviting princes from near and far to dance with Aurora. Despite the king's efforts to rid the kingdom of sewing spindles, the prophecy comes true. Carbus reappears in disguise with a very pointy birthday gift for the princess. As predicted, she pricks her finger and falls instantly asleep. The Lilac Fairy casts one final spell as a favor to the king and queen, enchanting the rest of the kingdom so that they too will fall asleep and awaken with the princess. 100 years later, we meet Prince Desiree out playing in the woods and hunting with his friends. The Lilac Fairy steals him aside and shows him a magical vision of a sleeping princess who is unsurpassed in beauty. He falls instantly in love, and the Lilac Fairy leads him to a mysterious overgrown kingdom. No sooner do they reach the palace door than Carbus, harboring a century-old grudge, attacks with their wicked spider-like minions. Their evil is no match for Prince Desiree and the Lilac Fairy, who defeat Carbus with their love and goodness. The evil fairy disappears into darkness, never to be seen again. The prince dashes up the stairs to the sleeping Aurora's side and is drawn to kiss her gently on the lips. Aurora wakes up and falls instantly in love with her hero as the rest of the kingdom stirs to life. Their wedding is a grand event filled with good fairies, good friends, and fairy tale guests. Red Riding Hood, Cinderella, Puss in Boots, and the Bluebird are all in attendance, mingling and dancing with the newlyweds. It is the perfect beginning to the prince and princess's perfect reign of light. The end. So now you know the story of the Sleeping Beauty. Let's take a look at some of the dances you'll see. In ballet, a variation is a solo dance by a ballerina or a danseur. In the prologue of the Sleeping Beauty, keep an eye out for the 6 fairy variations danced in honor of the newborn princess. Each of the 6 good fairies has a different personality that they show through their costumes and solo dances. First, you will see the fairy of sincerity or honesty, followed by the fairies of fervor, which means warmth and passion, charity, joy, and valor or courage. The final fairy to dance is the Lilac Fairy, the most powerful of them all. Act 1 brings us to Aurora's 16th birthday celebration, where you will see the Rose Adagio. In this dance, Princess Aurora dances with 4 different princes from around the world. Each of the princes tries to win Aurora's heart by giving her a rose. Aurora happily accepts each of their roses, and flirtatiously shows off her amazing ability to balance on point without any help from her partners. In Act 2, we see Prince Desiree dancing with his friends and traveling through dense enchanted forest. And Act 3 whisks us away to Aurora and Desiree's fairy tale wedding. You'll see all of your favorite fairies and fairy tale characters, including Red Riding Hood and her wolf. In this act, keep an eye out for the Bluebird pas de deux. That's French for dance for 2. In this dance, 2 spirited bluebirds will dance for the newlyweds with such great energy that you think they might fly right off the stage. That should give you plenty to look for at the ballet. And don't forget, when the ballet ends and the dancers all take their bows, make sure you clap the loudest for all of your favorite characters. Have fun at the ballet!